What's up guys, I'm out at Johnson Valley, California. Figured I'd take a few minutes and show you some of the upgrades and modifications I've made to my Yamaha YXZ 1000. Now even though I'm talking about my YXZ, a lot of these upgrades and modifications can be done to any UTV, and I'll add links to all the products I'm talking about in the description below, so if you want to check those out, you can find them there. This is a 2017 Yamaha YXZ R SE, meaning special edition. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the wheels and tires. These tires are 28 inches by 10 on a 14-inch wheel. They are on a 14-inch method wheel. I love these wheels. They have a really nice offset. They're very durable, and they also have a beadlock, so you can air down your tires a lot and not worry about rolling them off the bead or anything like that. These tires are a nice aggressive tread. They're good for all terrain. I've even run them in the sand and they did really well. Granted, I did use four-wheel drive for a lot of it, but if you're running through a sandy wash or just going up a random dune, it works out really well. Now these tires are only 28 inches tall, which is kind of small for UTVs. Most UTVs are running 30s, 31s, 32s. It would be nice to have a little bit more ground clearance, but since this is a 2017 Yamaha, the first gear is geared really high, so having a smaller wheel lets me spin it a little bit faster. And I've been running these at about 10 PSI, and it's been perfect. The other cool thing about all these tires and wheels is that they're the same, so you can switch them from front to back. You won't have to carry one spare for the rear, one spare for the front, because they're the same and you can just flip them around. Now the next upgrade I want to talk about is the harnesses. These are 4-point harnesses. They're 2 inches wide. I did have the 3 inches and they were just too thick, too stiff. They cut into my neck. They were bulky and uncomfortable, so I opted for a thinner strap. I also do like these a lot because the shoulder is connected to the side, so you're really only dealing with the lap belt and you're not working 4 or 5 points to connect every time you buckle in. I love this little buckle right here because it keeps your shoulder straps from falling off. And then I also kept the lower crotch strap for the 5-point harness. Just added safety, keeps the belt from coming up and pushing on your organs if you're in a rollover or anything like that, so it holds everything in place. And then I also have the wrist restraint that you put on your outside arm, so it keeps your arm from flying out of the car if you're ever in a tip over or a rollover and you don't get it crushed by the roll cage or the car. I have the same setup for the driver and the passenger. And all these pockets are super handy if you want to put a phone or a light or, you know, whatever. I don't use them too often, but it's nice to have them. And they're super comfortable with the padding in here. So one note is when you install these, you want to make sure that this buckle is about at least 4 inches below your neck. That way if you stop really quick and you lean forward, this doesn't cut into your neck and hurt you or choke you. Another mod that's really cool is this pouch right here. It's just a great place to store things, your phone, your wallet, sunglasses, you know, whatever you want. But it's sealed from the weather, the water, the dust. It's easy to access in the zippers right there. It's got a little pouch. Whenever I'm not using my intercoms, I just roll them up and stick them in this net. So it's really easy to get to, and it's nice and out of the way. So that's a really good universal pouch. The next upgrade here is the rugged radio system. So this is my radio, and it's really cool because it allows me to preset and save my favorite channels, and I can just push the buttons to switch to different ones. I can talk to people at camp, I can talk to other cars, other off-roaders, which is really cool. The headsets, there's headsets that go into your helmet, so you can hear that directly through your helmet, and there's a microphone as well, so you don't have to take off your helmet or anything. And then below here is an intercom system, which is really cool. It allows the driver and the passenger to talk to each other through their helmets without having to push a push-to-talk button, whereas with the actual radio, you have to push the push-to-talk button, and I got one right here for my passenger to use But again, that's only when you're talking to people outside of the car. When you are talking to people in the car, your co-pilot, you just speak loudly and it goes through the intercom. The other cool thing about this one, the 696 rugged radio model, is that it's Bluetooth. So you can Bluetooth your phone, so you can take a phone call, you can make a phone call, you can connect your music, so you can listen to music while you drive, pause, play, volume up and down, which is really cool. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, you can let her connect her phone and she can play her music, and then everyone's happy, so that's good. This right here is the antenna for the rugged radio system. This base is actually magnetic, but since I have an aluminum roof, it doesn't really do me any good. Now I know they make brackets that can clip onto your roll bar to hold the antenna. It was also 70 bucks, so I didn't really want to spend the money on that. So I just got double stick tape and double stick taped it to the roof. And 4 months later, it's still there and sticking nice and strong. So that's worked for me. You guys can try that, or I'll also put a link to the mount that mounts to the roll bar if you guys want to go that route. Another nice upgrade is this rear view mirror. I love how convexed? It's a bubble, so it shows you a really wide range. When I'm sitting in the driver's seat, I can see behind me and off to my right side, which is really nice. I feel like I don't even need side mirrors with this thing. On my left, when I need to look over my left, I just kind of look over my shoulder and it's all good. But this thing is really nice. And the cool thing is when you mount it in the middle like this, your passenger can also use it and they can be eyes for you as well while you're driving. And it's an easy mount. It just mounts to your roll cage right there, and it can adjust up and down however you need it. So that's really cool. Another upgrade is this light bar right here. It's actually made by Yamaha. I've actually been super impressed with this light bar. For as small as it is, it actually throws quite a bit of light and is quite bright. It was really easy to hook up. It was easy to wire and put the switch in. Doesn't drain a whole lot of battery, so if you're stopped somewhere at night, you can leave the light bar on and it's not going to kill your battery, which is good. The outside lenses have these kind of grooves in them for a different spread of light. So the outside four on both sides have this type of style, and then in the middle they're just smooth. So you kind of get both of those types of light, which is really nice. And I wired this light bar to these switches right here. It's actually the middle one. I apologize for the crude installation light panel right there. I didn't really have time to make a nice plate, so I just drilled some holes and installed these switches. But what I want to do is remove this stupid warning sign, get a black aluminum plate, and then make my own switch panel, and I'll probably add a couple more down the road, but that'll just clean that up and make that really nice. But this one is for the dome lights, which I installed right here. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen how I've installed these under the hood of my F-150. So these are the exact same ones. Super easy to install. I can send you, or I'll put a link in the video right here so you can see how to install the lights. You can see that video right here and learn how easy it is to install them yourself. So these dome lights are super cool. They're pretty bright. Obviously it's daylight, so you can't tell, but it lights up the entire cab, and you don't have to worry about changing out batteries or brackets getting loose. It just double stick tapes really strong in there, and you're good to go. The cool thing with these is they're modular. On the other side, you can see there's a clip, so you can add or subtract as many. If you only want one little thing of lights, or you want 2 or 4 or however many, you can add it to the chain. And then this last switch right here runs the whip lights, and I really like these whip lights. They're about 4 feet long, they're LED, they're red, they come in different colors. This brand is XP Right, I don't know, something like that. They're pretty affordable. I like how they're just a quick coupler disconnect, so they come off like that and they just go back on nice and easily, and they're wired through the center, so you don't have to plug in separate wires. So I'm running 2, a left and a right, So it's really nice to see these whips at night. You can identify your buddy and you can be seen. It also provides a nice glow if you're trying to get cargo out of the box or anything. This was kind of a safety upgrade. This is a quick release fire extinguisher mount. Always important to have in case you're in a crash or a wreck and your vehicle catches fire. You want to put that fire out as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So this is just a standard fire extinguisher, and then this is your quick release. So you just pull this out and then it hinges out like that. So you can see here it hinges in, and then you pull this pin, tilts in, and it locks. So one thing you want to do is pull this every now and then, just because the dust gets caked up in there. So that just makes it quick and easy for someone to come and put you out if you're on fire, or if you need to put someone else out. So recommend having that as a safety feature. Okay, and this is by far my favorite upgrade modification that I've done, and this is Yamaha's trunk. This thing is awesome. It is a little bit pricey. It was about $250, but I love how durable it is. It fits perfectly in the cargo space. It's secure, it's easy to install, it's thick, it's water sealed, so anything I can want to put in here, I know it's locked in and safe. It has this little clip right here, so I can lock it if I want to, and it's easy to get into with these rubber mounts. They just fold up. Nice little water seal, and it's got quite a bit of cargo room. I've got a cooler in here. This is a 36 can cooler, which is pretty big. I've got in here my Tac Life battery jumper, which is really cool. I've used that all the time. I've used it once already this weekend. This is my air compressor, which is really cool, just for filling tires, so it can go into the cigarette lighter and be powered through the actual UTV. You don't have to worry about batteries. The cool thing about this is that you set the tire pressure you want, screw it onto your valve stem and turn it on, and it automatically sets it to the correct PSI, so that's really cool. And I also didn't want to carry around the toolbox just because it wouldn't fit. Between having the cooler, that's why I have a soft cooler instead of a hard cooler, is that you can kind of mush it and stuff it if you need to. So I opted for this tool pouch, which is cool. Here, let me, it just unbuckles and rolls like that, and you can put all your screwdrivers and wrenches and things like that in here. So it's easy to get access to. I got zip ties, wrenches, ratchets, sockets, baling wire, duct tape, all that stuff. So, and this is really cool because you can hang it somewhere and get to all your tools, and it also rolls up really nicely and buckles, and you can just stuff it into any spot of this cargo box. It's got a nice carrying handle, and you can just stuff it in here, just like that. I also have an extra wrist restraint, trash. This is a speed strap, which is really cool. I don't know if you've seen these, but you can actually, the end of this, you weave through all these little loops, and it self-tightens so you can pull and quickly strap someone. This box actually was made for a battery, if you want to put a spare battery there. I don't need one, so I just put storage in there. So I have my speed strap, my toe strap, I have a tire plug kit, some hand wipes, and a rag, and some miscellaneous other things I put in there. The only bummer about this is that they didn't put a seal around this, so you would get dust in there. So I actually got this sticky foam and made my own, and you can see it's working. It's keeping some of the dust out right there. So yeah, this cargo box has come in super handy. I love it. I can put my drone, my camera gear, jackets, snacks, food, oil, tools, all that, and it just fits in here super nicely. It's sealed from the dust and the water. It's even got a drain plug here if you want to take everything out and rinse it and clean it. So that's been really cool. And Down here, mechanical upgrade. This is a Graves exhaust. It's really cool. I actually had the dealer install it, and they actually flashed the CPU as well, and it added about 15, 20, 25, around there. I haven't had it tested exactly, but it's definitely a noticeable difference, and it sounds really good. So I would definitely recommend an exhaust system. And I am also running a street bike helmet instead of a dirt bike helmet, just because the face shield helps keep the dust out of my nose and mouth, more so than a dirt bike helmet with just goggles. And I found that the sun visor also got a lot of wind pull. When you were riding, it would pull your head back, and with this one you really don't get that. So I really like the street bike helmet, and it's a little bit quieter, which is nice. You can hear the comms and communicate a little bit better. This lens can also be changed really easily from the tinted lens during the day to a clear lens at night, so that's also really cool. All right, so that is it. Those are my upgrades. Thanks for watching. I hope you found something useful in this video. Hope you found something that you're interested and you might want to do to your UTV or your Yamaha. You can find those links in the description below. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate it. Helps me out. And have fun. Be safe out there. See you in the next one.